Hello party people, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Tori. Thank you so much for being here today. So today we're going to talk about my attempt at a month of no spending, and as you can tell by the title, I failed. And if you follow me on TikTok or Instagram, you will have known I failed this challenge long ago. Before I tell you some of the things I learned during this month, I just wanted to say thank you so much for sticking around. I know I didn't post last week, but it's just because life is hard. Life is kind of crazy. It's hard managing creating content for YouTube and working a full-time job. And then my family went on a last-minute trip to celebrate my brother getting a job. So a lot of things were happening last week. So I just want to say thank you for sticking around. I really wanted to start off 2022 with a month of no spending. We'll get more into the details of what no spending actually meant for me. But what I realized around Christmas time, after I bought so many things for Christmas, for myself, for others, I realized that I have been accumulating a lot of stuff lately. Partly because I'm buying stuff for YouTube, partly because I'm just buying stuff because I need a quick serotonin boost. So I wanted to challenge myself to try and find other outlets for creativity, for happiness that wasn't accumulating stuff. I really don't want to be the kind of person who's like trapped or feels suffocated by the kinds of things I have around me. Instead, I kind of want to feel free. I want to feel like I have a grip on my finances, on the things that I have. And I kind of want the things that I bring into my life to reflect who I am, who I want to be in a positive and healthy way. So the first day of this challenge was, I believe, January 3rd. And so I wanted to go from January 3rd to February 3rd. And I literally broke my spending streak 4 days before it was supposed to end. And obviously the concept of a no spend month is not actually feasible for me. You know, I have rent to pay, I have some recurring subscriptions that I pay every month. Instead of quitting spending cold turkey, I kind of just gave myself the rules of not spending money on things. Let me open my notes app and I'll tell you some of the rules that I made up for myself. I gave myself the rules: no buying things like books, clothes, or skincare. I could also buy books that my book club would be reading the next month. I can buy groceries and ingredients for recipes. I'm trying really hard to cook out of the book Cook This Book by Molly Baz, and so allowing myself to buy these extra ingredients or sometimes even extra tools allowed me to feel more confident when I was trying out these recipes for the first time. I told myself no Postmates. I can only spend money if I'm going out to dinner with friends, if I'm doing something that's extremely social and we're eating in a social setting, because I didn't want to rid myself of like seeing my friends or like going out at all. That just is not feasible for me. I had one birthday and one dinner that I had already planned that I was going to spend money on, but because I was not spending money during the week, it actually allowed me to also be more flexible to go out to dinner twice with two different friends during like a kind of spontaneous night. They both texted me, you know, that day. They're like, hey, what are you doing? I'm around your area. Do you want to grab dinner? And instead of being like, oh no, sorry, I just spent like 60 bucks on Postmates yesterday, I can't spend any more money, I was allowed and I had the freedom to go out with them to dinner and have just really great conversation and like make some good memories with my friends, you know? I said I can get my nails done and I can get my hair done, which are two things I did. I got rid of the green in my hair. I have to go back and get my nails done because it's been a minute. I allowed myself to get my nails and my hair done because these are two appointments that I can spend money on that I know will actually immediately affect the way I carry myself and the way I feel and the way I kind of live my life. When I had all the green in my hair and it was really gross and icky, I felt really gross and icky about myself. When I don't have cute nails, I also feel gross and icky about myself and I don't feel as confident as I'd like to be. So I knew if I spent money on those two things, it would actually improve my life, as opposed to sometimes when I buy books, I pretend that I'm going to be someone who reads these books immediately, and I pretend that these books or this piece of clothing is going to immediately change my life and change the way I feel, but they end up just collecting dust either on my bookshelf or in my closet. And then my last thing here was that I would create a list of things I wanted to purchase during the month, and then at the end of the 30 days, I would see if I still wanted to buy them. So these are the rules I set for myself, and I think these rules are pretty good. So if you're going to try a month of no spending, I would definitely say figure out the kind of caveats or exceptions to the rule that you think would apply to your life, and not only kind of give you a little bit of grace and kind of give you a little slack in your spending budget, but that would also allow for like moments that would actually like enrich your life. Going into this challenge, I knew I was not going to be saving a lot of money. Like, that was not my intention. I already knew that because I knew my hair was going to cost a pretty penny. I knew that spending money for my friend's birthday would cost some money. Going out to this bougie restaurant with my other friend would cost money. I, again, really just did not want to buy stuff. I really wanted to spend money on experiences, or at least make me feel like I was creating active memories. And I think part of the reason why I allowed myself to like go to dinner with friends and like have these experiences is because living in the pandemic for like 2+ years now has really like affected my mental health. And there are some times when I'm really sad that I'm like, I feel like my best parts of my life are behind me. Like, all the best memories that I've had, I've already made. Like, all the best memories that I can possibly make, I have had the opportunity to have them, or I've missed those opportunities in the past. I'm trying really hard this year to not like romanticize my past, or like not to rely on nostalgia to get me through the day. I really want to continue to make an effort to make new memories and have new experiences with like the people I love in my life. So one thing I will say is I think if I ever redo this challenge again, I'm definitely thinking about doing it in the month of March. But one thing I would really do is make sure that I don't have any outstanding payments outside of my usual subscriptions. So outside of like, you know, my rent and like the utilities that I pay, the recurring payments that I have every month are Spotify, Peloton, and Apple TV. And those are the top 3 things that I will always spend money on. I'm always spending my dime. Like, Apple TV is like the only streaming service I actually contribute to my family's subscription plethora, like everything else my parents pay for. But then I didn't realize until later that I also, throughout this month of no spending, I also had payments to afterpay. I was still paying off Christmas presents, which luckily I'm not paying for anymore. I finished all those payments off this month. This experience also made me realize that I really don't want to be using afterpay and Klarna as much as I can, just because obviously it's nice to like buy a nice present for your family or buy a nice little something for yourself. But I think that the concept of like having to pay multiple times a month, though it might be more manageable, is actually like more detrimental to me and my spending habits. Not to be weird, like the pain of paying like $120 for a pair of shoes doesn't hit the same when you're only paying like $30 every 2 weeks. Like, something about like continuously using afterpay just makes me feel like I have less control over my finances. One way I want to take control of that is just by not using those services as much as I can. Okay, moving on. I thought I would really quickly tell you all what I spent my money on the day I broke my no spending month 4 days before it was over. So basically I just spent it on shoes with my mom. My mom called me up a couple days before and was like, hi, are you free this weekend? And I'm like, yeah, I'm free this weekend, Mom. What do you want to do? Is everything okay? And she was like, I've just had a really rough month at work and I want to go shopping. I want to go to the Silver Lake Flea. I want to go shopping in LA and hang out with you. Like, can we do that? And who am I to deny my mom the privilege of retail therapy? Like, it's not going to happen. I kind of figured as like, oh, I'm definitely going to break this challenge this weekend. And I knew the reason why I was going to break it was because my mom specifically wanted to go to different flea markets. And the thing about going to flea markets and about secondhand shopping with someone is that sometimes you both need to buy something in order to like get the ball rolling, get the retail therapy going, and just to get yourself and your friend on a roll. Honestly, I think it was a noble way to go out. Like, I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna Postmate something at like 5 p.m. when I'm just too lazy to make dinner. And it wasn't something like very frivolous that I spent money on. It was things I wanted. I was hanging out with my mom, who really wanted to spend some quality time together. My mom and I got matching shoes. Like, it was like things like that where I was like, I don't feel guilty for spending this money, but at the same time, I know I could have gone a few more days, you know? And ever since then, what's been really bad is that I have just been a little too spendy now. Like, the other day I had to do a grown-up task, so I was like, you know what? Fork it, I'm going to buy books online. Bought myself a couple books. I did buy 2 of those books were books that I did need for my book club, so I kept my promise there. But then I bought 3 books that I like didn't really need. They are currently on the bookshelf. I think I kind of realized that I'm very much a mood shopper, and that I really need to work harder on making sure that I don't spend money when I'm feeling like these super high highs and these super low lows, because that just leads to more frivolous spending. And I think after, you know, I've clicked check out, like, the thrill is gone, the positive emotions that gave me is gone. you know, until I open the package. But then even then, am I actually using the things that I buy immediately? No. For this last portion of the video, I thought I would go over the list that I created on my phone of all the things that I wanted to buy over the course of this month and kind of talk to you about the pattern I realized. I would also recommend that if you decide to do a month of no spending, you should definitely create a list on your notes app or on your phone, because to me, it really showed me like where I was mentally in the month of January. In my want list, I have a weighted blanket. I put knitted socks. I'm pretty sure I meant like the ballet core leg warmer type of knitted socks, a duvet cover, a bathrobe. This bathrobe from Brooklinen specifically, because I was like, actually, I would like to live my Eloise at the Plaza fantasy in this pink and white robe. Sheer-Tex heart tights, which I have since heard are kind of a scam. So I don't know if I want to try Sheer-Tex. I said a mic because I was like, okay, YouTube is becoming the thing for me. I do a lot of voiceovers. Perhaps it's time to invest in a mic. I have here a vertical bookshelf, Hey design crates in dusty green, more tights. These ones are from Urban Outfitters. Blue tights, diamond tights from Snag Tights, which is a brand that someone on here in my comments recommended. I said seed pre and probiotics, this Juice and Induce and pillow cover, an acrylic sunglasses holder, and hanger to hang your belts. So really what I gained from this list is that over the month of January, I was really focused on like nesting, on like making my room as cozy as possible, and also on organizing my room. And out of all the products on this list, I think I'm really leaning towards buying products that will organize my space better. My room is really small. My apartment doesn't have the most amount of storage space, so I kind of have shoved all of my stuff into my room, and it kind of has made it hard for me to live. It's really hard for me to like grab electronics or like important documents without literally tearing apart my closet. It's really hard for me to keep my room clean. My room looks clean on this viewfinder, but it's literally a mess. Even though I have spent money on books, I think the next purchases I'm going to make are the vertical bookshelf and the Hey design crates. I already have so much stuff, and I should probably take care of the things that I already own a lot better than I am. So we went over the rules for my challenge, things I've learned, things I'm planning on buying next. And I'm pretty sure that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you a little insight into my brain and to like my own spending habits. I hope this video encourages you to reflect on your spending habits. And if you're thinking about doing a similar kind of challenge, let me know below what guidelines you will be adding for yourself to ensure your success. I definitely want to try this challenge again in March. So let me know if that's something you'd be interested in, like if we all did it together or something. And yeah, that's it. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you for the next one. Bye.